Where does this doctrine come from? That the children of Israel will be wiped out, erased, and no longer remembered. Who's preaching this? Who's teaching this? Because I'm tired of hearing it. But it's starting to show us some validation that no matter if they call us black and they tell us, oh, you black people ain't black enough, you ain't African enough. If we are the originals, you're not original enough. If you're Indian, you're not Indian, you're not native enough. If you're Hebrew, come on, y'all can't be the original seeds of Israel. So what can we be? A bunch of bywords? I want you to fall back, relax, and do some scripture study with a Naga. And remember who you are, because I'm not doing this for the hijack. The hijack's going to be a hijack. I think it's a doctrine that the hijack makes up because this is deep down inside what the hijack wishes and wants. To replace us. So I'm doing it for us. I'm doing it for the Nagas in Nagaville. I'm not doing it for no pretend Nagas. I'm not doing it for no fake ass Nagas. I ain't doing it for no wannabe Nagas. There's a place for the wannabe Nagas, but that all comes in cold. Because you shouldn't just want to be a Naga, you should want to be in code. It's not enough to be a Naga. I'm not doing it for, my Negro brothers and sisters that don't care about the code and think your Negro-ness, your Naga-ness is going to save you. That's never happened. I ain't doing it for no hard heads and no stiff-neck Nagas. I'm doing it for my Nagas that know that it's not enough just to be Israel. Just enough to be Hasharah. It's not enough to say, oh, the Most High knows my heart. He knows my heart bone. Well, that means the Most High knows that you got to cover this heart. I ain't doing it for you. I'm doing it for my code-keeping Nagas. We know that there's exceptions, right? There's those that are not truly Nagas by birth, even if they want to be. But they're not concerned about whether they are the seed of HaWah. They're concerned about keeping the code. And for you, I applaud you. I salute you. But this ain't for you. Keeping the code is not for your acknowledgement. Keeping the code is not for you to replace the real ones. Keeping the code is that you save yourselves. That's why there's a place for a Gentile. Because they don't want the inheritance of the children of Israel. They want to code up and they want to do the right thing because they got Ahab for the creator. And in having Ahab for the creator, you don't want to replace the creator's children. You want to help them. You want to help frame and shape them back to the code. And I salute that. But this right here ain't for you. This is for my code-keeping Nagas by birthright and by inheritance. No matter who says we don't exist, no matter who says the remnant don't exist, the remnant is washed up. None of that matters no more. It's all about your belief. That's a doctrine, and that's Christianity. Not just Christianity, that's all these religions. The Muslims don't care about the seed of HaWah. They care about being Muslim. They care about Muhammad. They care about their Allah, their power. The Christians don't care about the seed of Israel. They think they're spiritual Israel. They think the blood of JC is going to save them, not the Creator. All these other cultures, they're all in on it. They're all a part of the slavery, of the genocide, of the mutilization, the annihilation of the Negro, the annihilation of the children of Israel. We ain't doing it for you. We're doing this for HaWah. And knowing that HaWah loves his children, we're doing it for the children. And I'm here to tell you that the children exist. That ain't no white man came over to America and mixed out the children to oblivion. Did not HaWah make a promise for the seed to continue? And you want to kick the seed over and hope and wish that the seed is washed up and washed out, that the seed don't exist no more, so you could be spiritual Israel, right? Yeah, we got more Christians than we think around us. More hijacks than we know are around us. None of them want to see us prosper. They want to hang on. They want to cleave. They want to copy. They have no originality. Yet, we're washed up. We're washed out. They're the new Israel. They're the new Hasharah because they believe in a doctrine. They believe that by keeping the code, they're going to replace an entire heritage that's been promised to be forever and ever and evermore. We didn't teach you to keep the code to replace us. We taught you to keep the code to save yourselves and save your family. Not to be the new us. Oh, we ain't Israel enough for you? You think the white man washed us out? You think the white man intercepted every Naga seed, true Naga seed? Is that what HaWah said? Where do you get that doctrine from? Where do you get that rationale from? Is it something that's on the innermost parts of you? That's the covetous heart, and you are not a code keeper. Because a true code keeper would never let something like that come out their mouth. A true code keeper would never let that brew in their heart bone that the seed is no more, that the seed is all washed out, washed up, and it doesn't matter no more. When does it not matter to be the seed of HaWah? Our seed exists. And whatever lacking within our seed we have, that ain't nothing but a snap for HaWah to bring us back 100% full power in the fold, in the flow. and sprout up from the soil of Amah and return. You never count us out. You never count the seed of Israel out. Do the Moabites say that the seed of Moab is no more? Or do they claim and bang for their tribe? If the Moabite seed is fully active, then Managa sows the seed of HaWah, Jacob, fully active. Sows the seed of Abraham, fully active. We are here. So let's do some beautiful study. Let's dig on some words that can bring clarity, not for the hijack, because you're not going to change that covetous heart. That's who you are. We washed out to you, then step aside and watch us work. We ain't got to prove ourselves to you, Hijack City. The proof is in the script. And I dare you to find someone else, another tribe that matches up with this script than the so-called Negro and a specific tribe of Negroes right here in America and scattered all across the earth plane. I do it for you because they trying to say you don't exist no more. They're trying to say you've been mixed out. They're trying to say you've been washed out. Is that what HaWah say? I don't think so. So where does that doctrine come from? From the bowels of Hijack City. And that's why we popping off. Halal HaWah, Dawada, and Shalawam to the tribe. Let's get it going. Please, my Naga, just, get your weapon out and go along with me, rock along with me. And, let's surf the wave like we've never surfed a wave before. We're digging on the remnant of HaWah. And in doing this, we're going to make a fine and clean and clear distinction between the seed of HaWah and those that are outside of the house of Israel that are finally deciding to listen, finally deciding to hearken, and finally deciding to keep the code. Not so that they replace Israel and become spiritual Israel, but because it's the right thing and because they require salvation. When has salvation not been enough for you, Gentile? Or you are in, social media world, right? You want to surf the wave. You want to be one with these cons. You're witnessing us popping off. You've been witnessing us popping off the balcony. Don't let your heart become covetous to where you want to be us. But protect your house by being in code with the Creator and lift up the seed as much as you can, whenever you can, with Ahab, with prayer, with positive energy, vibration. You wanting to be us, don't do nothing for us. It does everything for you in your mind to replace us. What does that do for us? What does it do for the remnant that you want to be us? Gentile, I'm talking to you, and then I'm going to push you back to the back of the class. You could be here, but this ain't for you. I'm doing it for the remnant of Hashurah, the Creator's seed, the Creator's children. What does it do for you to want to be us? HaWah created you. HaWah created you from whatever tribe you from. If you're not the tribe of Israel, what does it do for the tribe of Israel that you want to be the tribe of Israel? But you didn't want to be us when we were getting punished and judged. But you see us popping off. It feels good to you. So now you want to be us conveniently. You don't think HaWah sees that? HaWah didn't see your people jump in front of no bullets for us, fire hoses for us, get on them slave ships for us from America. Nah, you didn't want this work. You despised us. Your ancestors despised us just because it's us. They enjoyed seeing us fall because they did not enjoy us being the head and not the tail. Don't think we believe that you enjoyed us being the head. You enjoyed us being the tail. Because us being the tail gave all you hijacks a brand new start. Everybody benefited from the fall of the remnant. You got to claim us. You got to claim America. You got to claim Mexico, Guatemala, wherever, man. You got to claim all of Latin America. You got to claim all these titles. And now you want to be us. Because you see, you got to come up off them titles. Because the world of vanity is no more. The world of the illusion is no more. The world of the bull crap is no more. Get out your feelings. Remove your covetous heart. I got to give it to you, square on this one, y'all. Because I'm tired of it. And I know my noggins is tired of it. I'm doing this for my tribe, my remnant. Not for the numbers, not for the looks, not for no praise, but so that my noggins, these so-called Negro people, especially in America, know that they exist, that they're not washed up, that they're not mixed out. They've been told all their lives that, oh, you black, but you're just a mixed out African. You're Indian, maybe, but so are all these other people. They're natives too. Yeah, man. We've been told these things. We've been lied to. We've been confused. We've been confused. It ain't nothing worse than a confused con. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of you. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will render them all as sheep in the fold, as a flock in the midst of their pasture. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. The breaker is gone up before them. They have broken forth and passed on by the gate and are gone out thereat, and their king is passed on before them, and HaWah at the head of them. This is Micah chapter 2, Open it up. Dig on it. We vibing up. See, it's time for the remnant to rejoice about being the remnant, not worried about who's not considered the remnant. We told you the formula, Hijack City. Keep the code. Save yourselves. Save your family. That's it. If you get acceptance into the kingdom that is, the present, the future of the house of Israel, that's between you and HaWah, not us. You worried about your judgment? That's between you and the Creator, not us. We popping off. We are rejoicing. This is not to separate, yada, yada. Managa, this is to redeem the seed of Israel, the seed of the house. You think that's you? Keep the code. You don't think that's you? Keep the code. But the inheritance is forever. The inheritance is your heritage. It's a promise. You want to get into a doctrine that don't matter? That got nothing to do with us. But you know HaWah exists, right? You know the Creator exists. So I know why you're a little antsy, because you know the Creator exists, but you also don't want to accept that the Creator has a way, has a code, has an inheritance, has children. You want to bypass the seed at the most important time, when you need the seed. Because if it wasn't for the seed, you would have never even had a chance. You would even never had a chance if the remnant didn't still exist right here. If the seed still didn't exist right here on earth, my nigga, there would be no earth. You are preserved because of the children. So your ahab for the children needs to be at a maximum. Because this remnant chose up like there was always a remnant to choose up. Not everyone got destroyed. Not everyone got wiped out. And not everybody got washed out. I will surely assemble, O Jacob. That's all 12 tribes, my nigga. All of you. I will assemble. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. What does that sound like to you? Oh, that's the code keepers? Or is that the remnant? Is that the Gentile? Or are we talking about all of Jacob? Like Ezekiel, the valley of the dry bones coming together. Is that the Gentile with the house of Israel? With the house of Judah? Or is that Judah? But nah, let it be told by the hijack, Judah's no more. There ain't no more Judah. Hey, you're a code keeper? Hey, you're the new Judah. Is that what you want? Covetous heart, covetous hijack. This ain't for you. The remnant is the remnant, the seed that still exists and will always exist, or there is no earth. You think HaWah would pop off the earth with no seed, with no remnant? Is that the type of earth you want? An earth full of mixed up, washed out people, but at least they're keeping the code, right? And now you're one with the inheritance of the remnant. Is that what you want, hijack? Because you chose to do the right thing, but you're still not doing it because you got a covetous heart. You better get to the bottom of your heart bone before it's too late, hijack city. You better figure some things out, man, because I'm sick of it. We are sick to our stomachs of the hijack trying to wash us out metaphysically, mentally, and spiritually. You are not us. We ain't got to flex on you. We've been getting flexed on the whole time. So when we get our wings flowing again, we can't talk about being us no more without offending you. And what my bro Nine say, facts over feelings, my nigga. This land ain't yours. This land belongs to a tribe. And ain't no paperwork gonna get you validation before HaWah. HaWah has sworn land, specific promised land, to his children. You calling the Most High a liar? The Most High? Boy, you must be thoughtless. You think the remnant ain't here? You must have one thoughtless mind. You must not have one thought in your mind bone. This don't read, I will surely gather all the people that decide to finally listen to me. This says, I will surely gather the remnant of Israel, and I will render them all as sheep in the fold, as a flock in the midst of their pasture. Let's go. Isaiah chapter 1. Verse 8, and the daughter of Zion is left, as a booth in a vineyard, as a lodge in the garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. Except HaWah of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom. We should have been like unto Gomorrah. Didn't we just say that there would be no more existence, man, if it wasn't for this remnant? If HaWah didn't leave the seed, not a remnant of people that may or may not keep the code one day, not a remnant of Gentile people that want to be Nagas and want to be Khans, want to be Negroes. If HaWah didn't make you a Negro, your goal is not to become a Negro. Your goal is not to become a Negro or a nigga or a Naga. Your goal is to keep the code. That's the only thing that can please the Creator. HaWah can be happy with you, but your people are still Gentiles. And you know who your people are. You know who your people are. And you know who we, the people, are. Except HaWah left us a very small remnant. Because compared to what it will be, remnant of code-keeping Nagas, code-keeping Hebrews, code-keeping Yaqub, Jacob. Think about the house of Jacob and think about how many of the house of Jacob is keeping the code today. It is a very small remnant, but it's enough. Because without this remnant, we should have been as Sodom and Gomorrah, completely destroyed. Halal HaWah for leaving us a remnant of code-keeping Nagas. And these code-keeping Nagas have taught Gentiles to keep the code. Now we got code-keeping Gentiles. Now, they might still call themselves Nagas. They might even call themselves Khan. But that's only because they want to be us. What they should focus on is keeping the code and not have no spite towards the remnant, but a heart full of gratitude and appreciation that a very small remnant decided to keep the code, to give them an opportunity to keep the code. That shouldn't breed more envy, and it shouldn't breed more covetous hearts. But somehow a hijack is going to be a hijack. You can teach them everything, and they're still jealous of you, and they're still covetous because they still want to be you. They still want to be us. They want to be the remnant. Instead of uplifting the remnant, they want to become the remnant. They tell us we washed up, we washed out. Hey, now all that matters is that they are finally listening. They're finally keeping the code, but they're not because they're covetous. It's a frequency, and we're waking up out of it. I'm doing this for my tribe, my remnant. Isaiah chapter 10. And it shall come to pass, verse 20, in that day that the remnant of Israel and they that are escaped of the house of Jacob, the Gentile, no, the Gentiles in Israel, no, the remnant of Israel, Manag. This tribe is not washed up, is not washed out. There is a remnant to this day. You believe in HaWah or not? You believe in the grace HaWah has for his children, for his seed? You believe in the grace Amah has? The love she got for David, the love she got for the remnant, the seed? Or are you jealous because you want more mama for yourselves? You want us to be some melting pot, right? The hijack always wants us to be a melting pot. Israel is now a melting pot. The seed don't matter. They're all washed up. They're all just wiped out. They're all mixed out, mixed up. They're all mixed anyway. Everybody's mixed. If you believe that, then you need to stay your butt in hijack seed. You can plant an apple seed in any soil from here to Timbuktu. And that seed that sprouts out of that soil is still an apple, not an orange. Is it the apple it's meant to be? Hey, perhaps not. But is it an apple? Is it the remnant? Is it the seed? The seed of that apple, did it come from Timbuktu? No, it came from HaWah. It is the remnant. And oh boy, when that seed is planted, right in the most fertile soil of the Amaru Khan, you already know we popping off. I believe in that seed. I don't have to be it. You don't have to be it. But I believe it exists because I believe HaWah's word. I believe in the remnant of Israel. They that are escaped from what? From death, my naga. Those that are saved out of the house. Yes, Jacob has a house. Is his house no more? If Jacob's house is no more, my naga, then you are no more. Then the root of your tree, from the mighty tree stump. Hey, the tree might be cut down, but the roots are still firm, fixed, and immovable. and the house of Jacob exists. It shall come to pass in that day. What day, Manaka? Let's back it up to verse 19. And the remnant of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them down. Few does not mean wiped off the face of the earth. I'm speaking to the few. We doing it for the few. We doing it for the trees that still remain, the remnant. The remnant of Israel that are escaped of the worst of the hijacked city, the house of Yaakov, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Yeah, we got smited. Yeah, they smote us. Yet there's still a few in the forest. The remnant exists. But shall stay upon HaWah, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. So this house of Jacob will be keeping the code in truth. They will be with HaWah. A remnant shall return, my nugget. This don't sound like you got wiped out to me. Where does this doctrine come from? Why are they saying this? Who has this in their heart bone, in the innermost parts? That's the only way it can come out of your mouth. So you can't hide in this frequency no more. You can't hide behind our slango. You can't call yourself Drop Nation and not get revealed. Mama ain't letting that happen. You're going to have multiple slips out of your tongue about how we don't exist no more, about how you're replacing us. But the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, the Gentile. No, Jacob, unto HaWah, the mighty. For though your people, O Israel, be as the sand of the sea, what do we say? Jacob is deep, but only a remnant shall return. Only a few. A remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, man. This don't sound like you got washed out by the white man when they came to the shores of America. This don't sound like you got wiped out by slavery. It don't sound like you got mixed out by all these interracial marriages. Two black people can get together and you don't know if one is an Ammonite and one's a Moabite. One is a Jebusite, one is an Edomite. They're all quote unquote black people. If you're outside of that, I don't know what you are. We don't know what you are. We still don't know what the so-called white man really is. He's not in the Bible. You're talking about something else outside of these original tribes. And that's okay. Just keep the code. Don't let it mess you up too much. Don't let it confuse you at all. Just keep the code. But damn sure don't think you replacing us. You're not even in the script. Your people are not in the script. But that's why they steal our history so they can invent history. And then that's why they want to wash us out and mix us out in their innermost parts of their heart. So that Israel's no longer remembered, so that the seed of Israel is no longer remembered. Psalms 83, man. confederacy. But the remnant shall return. The Gentiles shall return. People should start keeping the code of all nationalities and races and tribes. I hope so. But that's only because you ain't got no doggone choice. You don't need no brownie points. You don't need no reward for what your people have done. You need no reward. Your reward is your salvation, and that's up to HaWah. We've been judged. Your judgment is here. But the remnant, my house, Jacob, shall return unto HaWah the mighty. Everybody's not HaWah's people. You should know that by now. The seed exists, so you can't circumvent the seed to get close to HaWah. It's order over chaos, manah. For though your people, who? HaWah's people Israel, be as the sand of the sea, only a remnant of them shall return. But they want to take our opportunity to return away by saying we're washed out, washed up, wiped out, mixed out. How could we ever return if we're all mixed out, man? Our way. My Nagas, my remnant, I'm doing this for you. This frequency is for you. This transmission is for you. Everything we do at 432 is for you, the remnant. And extermination is determined, overflowing with righteousness. For an extermination wholly determined, shall HaWah, the power of hosts, make in the midst of all the earth. They're all going to witness not just the extermination, but the return. Therefore, thus says HaWah, the power of hosts. O my people, my people. HaWah has a people, not a hypothetical people, an actual tribe, an actual seed with actual phenotypes, with actual inheritance and heritage. My people that dwell in Zion, be not afraid of Ashur, though he smite you with the rod, and lift up his staff against you, hijack city, after the manner of Egypt. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall be accomplished, and my anger shall be to their destruction. You only got that rod because of the indignation of being out of code, because of your idols, your false gods. But this is accomplished. This is finished. HaWah's anger shall be to their destruction. Now, you've been judged. We've been judged. And in that, it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall depart from off your shoulder, my Nagas, my remnant, and his yoke from off your neck, my remnant, my people, and the yoke shall be destroyed by reason of fatness. Isaiah 11, verse 11. Let's pick it up right here in verse 10. It shall come to pass in that day that the root, the what? We're talking the tree, now we're talking the root, right? The root of Jesse. Jesse is David's father, his Abba. Jesse is a sinless man. Yeah. one of four sinless men. Jesse. You got Amram, Moses' pops. You got Benjamin, Manag. I mean, we're talking about the root of Jesse. That stands for an ensign of the people. Unto him shall the nations seek. So I just said the root of Jesse is Dawi. Unto him shall the nations seek. Seek HaWah and Khan David, Hosea 3. And his resting place shall be glorious. And shout out to our brother Daniel, David's bond, Kiliab, also a sinless man. They had no transgression. And it shall come to pass in that day that HaWah will set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. The Gentile, those that decide to keep the code in the last days. Nah, you don't get recovered before the remnant. Even in the hijack books, in Revelations, in the New Testament, each one of those gates in Revelations has a tribal name on them. That 144,000 is coming out the remnant. Ain't no Gentile come before that. But that's why they want to be the remnant. That's why they're covetous towards the remnant. And that's why it will lead to their own destruction. HaWah will, again, for the second time, recover the remnant of his people. It don't sound like you got washed out, my Nagi. It don't sound like you got so mixed out that HaWah don't know what to do with it. Verse 12, he will set up an ensign, a sign for the nations, and will assemble the dispersed of Israel. If HaWah will assemble the dispersed of Israel, that means that Israel still exists in the last days. The seed, not spiritual Israel, that decides to finally listen. Because you had a chance to been listening. You still ain't listening. You still covetous. Yeah, we stiff-necked, but you just a hijack. Because when we get it, when a few, the remnant get it, we are being assembled. We are rejoicing. You are being destroyed. Remember, without you, we exist. We rejoice. We have a kingdom without you. Without us, you have nothing. Without the remnant of Judah, without the dispersed of Israel, you have no hope. You have no future. You have no inheritance. You have nothing. So you cannot replace us. It don't work like that. It's called order. It's called Ahab. It's called love. HaWah has for his seed. The seed can never be destroyed. There will always be a remnant. There will always be a few that listen. There will always be a few of us that keep the code. So there ain't no replacing us. Because in code, there ain't nothing more powerful than us. We are the head and not the tail. Let it be known and let it be heard. HaWah will assemble the dispersed of who? Israel. And gather together the scattered of who? Judah. From the four corners of the earth. Everything you're reading in the script is about a family. And you don't have to believe in it, because we do. We believe in our salvation. We believe in our Creator. Because if it wasn't true, the hijack would have been teaching us who we are a long time ago. But what are they so afraid of? It's been right here the whole time, but what are they so afraid of? Us knowing who we are as Judah, as Israel. Instead of trying to be us, instead of trying to act like they're the Jew, they should have just said, hey, you guys are the Jew, you're Judah. You're Judah. They should have just said that if they weren't so afraid of us being aware of who we are, that we will be gathered together from the four corners of the earth, my naga. This is a family story. This is a family love song. And we home. We are assembled because we exist. We are assembled and we are being gathered. What do you think all this is about? We're being gathered simply by listening to our Father, to Amma, who says in Proverbs, these are my ways, these are my laws. Whoever finds me finds life. We are getting life. They all see it. Our vibe is way up, no matter what. They cling to our vibe. They get life from us. We're not learning from them. Hey, with them, we have to get the babies out the bathwater. They're learning from us. The way we talk, the way we walk, the way we dress, they learn from us. You've always been the head and not the tail. They've always been jealous. They've always been covetous. And this ain't no new news, man. It's very obvious. It's very obvious. Like I said, that spirit of covetousness truly does stink, man. Truly does smell, man. It truly has a stench to it, you know? It really has a stench to it. It has an odor. That vibration is disgusting, man. You can always tell when somebody's covetous of you, covetous of your house. They can't hide it. They smile. They do all this, you know. They talk all these things. They sound real nice, but you can tell they are vexed. But why wouldn't a hijack be vexed? Even our own family was vexed. When it comes to Judah and Ephraim, when it comes to the northern and southern tribes, that the jealousy and envy has been taking place in our own house. Of course, outside of our house, they're vexed and envious and covetous. This ain't no new news. Verse 12, we're in Isaiah 11, and he will set up a sign for the nations, and he will assemble the dispersed of Israel and gather together the scattered of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Ain't no ball have corners, so, just so you know. And they that harass Judah shall be cut off. Back it up. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, which lets you know that the envy, the covetous, is already in our house. If Ephraim is jealous of Judah, how much more is Edom jealous of Judah? How much more is Moab jealous of Judah? How much more is them hijacks that's not even in the script, outside of all original tribes? How much more are they jealous of you, Judah? But they better cut it out. They better grow up. They better find strength to Ahab, Judah. Because they that harass Judah shall be cut off. That's just a father looking out for his sons and daughters, because you don't want no jealous people around your children. They likely to set them up, right? They likely to cause some type of discomfort to your children. You got to get them out the way. HaWah has been protecting us the whole time, saying, hey, get these people away from you. Don't mix with them. They're too jealous. They're going to bring you false gods just to bring you down. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Yeah, man. Why was Judah vexed? Why was Judah vexing Ephraim? Because along with all this energy, with all this power, with all this frequency, it's easy to go on power trips, right? It's easy to say, hey, I'm so strong, I'm so powerful, that you become arrogant. That you purposely throw it in others' faces, right? So we know what our faults were. You got Hebrew groups right now in the corner yelling at everybody, putting down everybody, because they think they're Judah, right? So they're putting everybody down. They're flexing on everybody. That's the spirit HaWah did not want us to have. But us claiming the Ahab of the inheritance, us rejoicing and being, judged and yet saved from the judgment, that's what HaWah do. Us being confident cons and letting these hijacks know that we exist, that's what HaWah do. It's not about us vexing the nations by claiming we are who we are. If you vexed, then you need to get out your feelings. We didn't get put into captivity because we were so confident of who we are. That wasn't the main issue. It was the idolatry. That we believed in our connection with HaWah so much that we thought HaWah would never, never annihilate us. We thought we would be the head regardless. We thought we would have land regardless. Even when we forgot about HaWah, we never thought HaWah would forget about us. You know what? HaWah never did forget about us. Never forgot about the children of Israel. And they shall fly down upon the shoulders of the Philistines on the west. Together they shall spoil the children of the east. They shall put forth their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. This is why they mad, son. This is why they jealous, Edom. This is why they jealous, Moab. This is why they jealous, Ammon. Because they will obey Judah. They will obey the children of Israel, the children of HaWah. No, they don't want to. It's a more and more war. They believe in their own credo more than the code of HaWah. And their own vain customs will be their own destruction. Is the Moabite seed all washed out and washed up? Does Edom still exist? Does Ammon still exist? Then why not Ephraim? Why not Judah? As we are being assembled and gathered together, those who were scattered of Judah, dispersed of Israel. Verse 16, and there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people. This don't sound like you got washed up, washed out, and mixed out. Why does the hijack think this? Where does this doctrine come from? The innermost bowels of the hijack? You thought we were gone? Nah. There's an entire highway set up for us, for the remnant of his people. This highway is not for the Gentile. This highway is not for hijack city that wish we were no more. This highway is not for anyone that's deciding to keep the code in the last day. That salvation is between you and HaWah. This highway is for the remnant of his people. What people? Judah, Ephraim, and all the tribes of HaWah. That's who the remnant is. The descendants of Jacob that are in code, that are in the commandment, in the covenant of HaWah. This remnant that shall remain from Assyria, like as there was for Israel in the day that he came up out the land of Egypt. The remnant, as it was for Israel, shall remain, just like it did before. I wonder if they tried to make them feel the same way they make us feel today, that we are no more, that we're just mixed with the Egyptians, with Mizraim, with all these other places. We're just a part of them now. We're just amalgamated. We're just mixed out. You see, Moses had a mixed multitude, right? But he wasn't giving them a doctrine that Israel was no longer remembered and that the seed was washed out and mixed out. That 13th tribe of the Preston were in code. They were the best of the code keepers, no matter where they were from. The tribe of Midianites, of Kenites, Jethro and them, all rocking with the Preston. Not because they wanted to be Judah, not because they wanted to be Jacob, but because they were lifting up the root. They weren't jealous. They weren't covetous. They were code keepers, for real, not fake code keepers that say they keep the code, but don't rest on Shabbat. Got idols all in their face. Vanity with their breath and security. Covetous in their heart. False witnessing on their tongue. Not them. Anybody could say they keep the code. Anybody could tell you, Shalawam. But this highway is for the remnant. So them tribes crossed on dry ground through the Jordan because they were for the remnant, not against the remnant, not covetous against the remnant. They were for the remnant. They understood the gratitude that the remnant still exists. Oh yeah, there's a place for the Gentile. Let's read about it. Because we got Ahab for all code keepers in the house and outside the house. But I do it for the remnant, Khan. And you should do it for the remnant too. And if that's you, outside the house of Israel, you're a code keeper, you're a Gentile, okay. You drop nation, but you're a Gentile, okay. You keep the code, but you're a Gentile, okay. You call yourself a Khan, you call yourself a Naga, but you know you're a Gentile, okay. This is for you right here. Listen up. I'm not saying it. Let's rock with Isaiah 14, verse 1. Halal HaWah. For HaWah will have compassion on Jacob. That means that Jacob exists for HaWah to have compassion on. Jacob must not be washed out, even if the hijack wishes so. This compassion is a real thing on Jacob. We're being very specific for the Gentile so they can get it through their mind bone and their heart bone. Because while I'm doing it for the remnant, there will be a few Gentiles that do see clearly, that do clear their hearts of covetous so that they can truly join and cleave like they're supposed to. Not to get our inheritance, but to be saved by HaWah. Every kingdom has servants. HaWah's kingdom is no different. We all serve in the house. We serve in our own houses every day. I serve my wife. I serve my children. I serve my Amma. I serve guests that are in my house. It is Ahab to serve a righteous house. And it's Ahab to serve in HaWah's house. Let's read about it. For HaWah will have compassion on Jacob and yet choose Israel. Whoa, Gentile, slow down. HaWah gets to make a choice. HaWah gets to choose. He chooses his children. Is that so hard to understand? And set them in their own land, and the stranger shall join himself with them. Whoa. Well, this stranger better be keeping the code. This stranger better not be covetous towards Jacob. If you're going to join to Jacob, because there ain't nothing else for you to join to. There ain't no other tribe for you to join to. There ain't no other trees that are left standing and not uprooted. So that stranger in the house, or that wants to, have passage and access to the house, shall join himself with them, and they will cleave to the house of Jacob. It's not the other way around. Jacob don't cleave to you. Jacob ain't copying you. Jacob don't want to be you. Jacob is Jacob without you, but you are nothing without Jacob. So you join yourself So you cleave to the house of Jacob. I mean, you remember Amos chapter 3? You remember? Halal HaWah. Hear this word that HaWah has spoken against you, O children of Israel. Who? The children of Israel. Against the whole family that was brought out of the land of bondage, Egypt, saying, listen up, my Nagas. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. This is the body bag right here for the Gentile and for my Nagas, for the remnant that are in cold. You only have I known. You only have I known. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will visit upon you all your iniquities. That is our judgment. Will two walk together except they have agreed? Come on, man. Come on. This house of Israel that you're covetous on, that you think is washed out and mixed out by the white man, these black people that you think are just no more, that are just offshoots of Africa, they're not the original Khans, Amaru Khans, found here. You found Israelites right here. You found Hebrews right here. This family is the only family. You only have I known of all families of the earth. Gentile. HaWah doesn't know you. HaWah doesn't know your family. HaWah knows of you based on your transgressions against the family of Israel. But HaWah don't know you and your family. So if you want to be known, that's why you're cleaving. That's why you cleave. That's why you cleave. So you could be known. Again, this house is everything without you. And you are nothing without cleaving to it. That's the difference between us and you. And that's why your heart is covetous towards us. But HaWah raised up these Gentiles to make us jealous of them. So we started acting like them. You see how that worked? The hijack flipped the world upside down. We became the tail. And with the power that you've been given, the newfound power, we got envious of you. Because we over here getting that judgment and you over here in heaven. But not no more. So now you're cleaving and joining yourself to us. But what happens, Gentile? Because you're listening now, right? And the people shall take them. What people? Jacob, Israel, shall take you. If you are Baruch, if you're blessed, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of HaWah. So you are Baruch. You are hoping that we possess you. You are hoping we allow you to cleave. You are Baruch if you're allowed to cleave. That don't mean that we got washed out or mixed out. It means that we exist. HaWah has compassion on us and yet chose Israel. And Israel shall possess the very Baruch, the very blessed hijacks that are no longer hijacks because now they're Gentiles. Now they're just outside the house. Keeping the code don't make you in the house. Keeping the code saves your behind from destruction so that you may get possessed by the children of Israel, taken in to the land of HaWah. So what is your What is your station? What is your function? Is it to be us, or is it to be brought to the house, possessed, owned, like slaves, like servants? Because every kingdom has servants. And you're going to serve the children of Israel. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Oh, yeah. Your people had us in captivity, hijack city. But if you start keeping it cold, you get that covetous out your heart, you cleave to the house of Israel, you lift up the root of the tree, they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It is Baruch for you to be ruled over by the children of Israel. That is your function. It is Baruch for you to be a captive of the house of Israel. That is Baruch, because you're not destroyed. It is Baruch for you to cleave and to join yourself with them. That is your function, Gentile, not to replace us as spiritual Israel. Let's go. Ezra chapter 9, verse 8. And now for a little moment, grace has been shown from HaWah, our power, to leave us a remnant to escape. A remnant. And to give us a nail in his holy place, that our power may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we are bondmen. Halal HaWah. Oh yeah, we were slaves, right? We were bondmen. We were slaves. We were captives. For we are bondmen, yet our power has not forsaken us. We ain't washed out. We ain't mixed out. Our power has not forsaken us in our bondage, but has extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, in the sight of these American presidents, these British kings, queens, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, and to repair the ruins thereof. Halal HaWah. We are being repaired. We are being revived. We are being restored. And to give us a fence in Judah and in Jerusalem. Oh, man, we are popping off, right? We now have a fence, man. We are building a fence. Let's go. In Judah, and in Jerusalem. And now, oh, our power, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken your commandments. Uh-oh. This is what happened to us. For thou hast commanded by your servants, the prophets, saying, the land into which you go to possess it is an unclean land through the uncleanness of the people of the lands, through their abominations, wherewith they have filled it from one end to another with their filthiness. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons. Why? One reason, my nugget, not just because they're another tribe, but because of the abominations, the idolatry, the uncleanness. Nor seek their peace or their prosperity forever, that you may be strong. HaWah don't want no out of code children playing next to HaWah's righteous ones. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great guilt, seeing that our power has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, because we should be wiped out, but we're not, and has given us such a remnant because we're not wiped out, washed up. We are not forgotten. You think HaWah will allow the remnant to be washed out, man? Where do you get that from? Oh, you thought you were the remnant because you decided to keep the code. Got it. No, Hijack, you're not the remnant. You're the Gentile that's hoping to cleave to the house. And you better pray for that because this covenant you got in your heart stinks. Shall we again break your code, break your commandment, and make marriages with the people that do these abominations? Would not you be angry with us till you have consumed us, so that there shall be no remnant nor any escape? O HaWah, the power of Israel. HaWah is the power of Israel, Managi, not the Gentile. It is our tribal power you're reading about. This is a tribe. If you're outside of it, then cleave with righteousness, not with covetous. Thou art righteous, for we are left a remnant. You're not washed out, you're not washed up, and you're not mixed out. We are left a remnant that escaped the bull crap, man. That escaped the hijack, man. We escaped destruction by keeping the code. We are the remnant. And it is this day, as it is this day. Behold, we are before you in our guiltiness, for none can stand before you because of this. For we are left a remnant. Let's go. Isaiah 28, verse 5. Then at last, HaWah of heaven's armies, Dragons, we will himself be Israel's glorious crown. Not no JC, not no Muhammad. HaWah will himself be Israel's glorious crown. But they're not looking for HaWah to be the glorious crown. They're not even checking for Israel. They want to be spiritual Israel. He will be the pride and joy of the remnant. The hijack, the Gentile? No. HaWah is the pride and joy of HaWah's people, the remnant of Judah, of Israel. His people that's not washed away or mixed out. He will give a longing for justice to their judges. He will give great courage to their warriors who stand at the gates. He will be the pride and joy of the remnant. Genesis 45. Stay with me, my Naga, verse 7. And HaWah sent me before you to give you a remnant on the earth and to save you alive for great deliverance. That don't sound like HaWah's allowing his seed to be washed out. HaWah sent me before you to give you a remnant on the earth to save you alive for a great deliverance. Jeremiah 23, verse 3, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries where I've driven them and will bring them back to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and multiply. So the remnant will multiply, Manah. The few will become fruitful and multiply. And I will set up shepherds over them who shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. Neither shall any be lacking. You ain't gonna lack nothing, my noggin. Says HaWah. Behold, the day comes, says HaWah, that I will raise unto David a righteous shoot. That's why you search for HaWah and David. Hosea 3, And he shall reign as king and prosper, and shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. In his days Judah shall be saved, the Gentile. No, Judah that's not washed up, mixed out. And Israel that's not washed out, mixed up, and mixed out shall dwell safely. And this is his name. This is his name whereby he shall be called. HaWah is our righteousness. Not JC for the Christians. Because our people are lost in idolatry, love to rap the news. HaWah is our righteousness. HaWah is our righteousness. And Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. Because they are the righteous branch, the righteous shoot, the righteous seed of David. And I will set up shepherds over them who shall feed them, and they shall no more fear. Talking David. And Judah and Israel will be saved. And this is why they cleave to the house. Isaiah 51 verse 16, and I have put my words in your mouth and have covered you in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, who? Zion, you are my people. Zion, Israel, my people. I mean, what did it say in Amos 3? You only have I known of all the families of the earth. My people. I have put my words in your mouth, have covered you in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens with you and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. 1 Kings 19 verse 18, yet will I leave 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal. That means there are thousands who still were keeping the code. You think they intercepted every seed to where we're washed up and we don't exist today, so you could replace us as spiritual Israel? If there were 7,000 then that didn't bow the knee to Baal, imagine how many today have not worshiped these false gods and idols. Let's go. Isaiah 6 verse 13. And if there be yet a tenth in it, it shall again be eaten up. As a terebinth and as an oak whose stock remains, when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the stock thereof. Whoa, the seed? Not just because you keep the code, finally. Not just because you listening, finally. But the seed that is forever, the holy seed, shall be the stock, my knock. I mean, look, verse 11, what does it say? Then said I, HaWah, how long? He's talking about lest they, seeing with their eyes and hearing with their ears and understanding with their heart, return and be healed. Make the heart of this people fat. Make their eyes heavy. Shut their eyes lest they seeing with their eyes, and hearing with their ears, and understanding with their heart. Return and be healed. Then I said, how long? He answered, until cities be waste without habitation, and houses without man, and the land become utterly waste. And HaWah have removed men far away, and the forsaken places be many in the midst of the land. And if there be yet a tenth in it, it shall again be eaten up. As a terebinth and as an oak whose stock remains when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the stock thereof. Because the seed continues. Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the house, the children of Israel, shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass, instead of that which was said unto them, you are not my people, it shall be said unto them, you are the children of the living HaWah. HaWah said we weren't his people because we weren't listening. But one day you will return, Hosea 3. You are the children of the living power, and the children of Judah and the children of Israel shall be gathered together, and they shall appoint themselves one head. Hey, in 2 more chapters, he tells you exactly who the head is. Hosea 3, right? This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 12. And shall go up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Jezreel, Hebrew, Yezreel, or Israel. May HaWah give seed, Managa. We still talking about the seed. Even when we're talking Jezreel, we're talking Israel. We still talking about the seed. Okay, Halal HaWah. Israel shall be gathered together because you are still here. And they don't want you to know that. They wish for your destruction. They shall appoint themselves one head and go about the land, for great shall be the day of Israel. Because the children of Israel will return. Hosea 3, verse 4. For the children of Israel shall sit solitary many days, because you weren't listening. Without a king, without a prince, without a sacrifice, without nothing. Verse 5, afterward shall the children of Israel return. Because you ain't washed up, and you ain't washed out, and you ain't mixed out by no white man. You will return and seek the Creator. And once you get KTC directly with HaWah, the next step is to seek your king, to seek the Kandawi. Because HaWah hears David with smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of his mouth. You might need David. So HaWah hears. And shall come trembling unto HaWah and to his goodness in the end of days. So we're talking about the end of days that Israel returns. Don't sound like you've been washed out, and don't sound like you washed up to me. Isaiah 37, and this shall be the sign unto you. You shall eat this year that which grows of itself, and in the second year that which springs of the same. In the third year sow you and reap and plant vineyards and eat the fruit thereof. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah, the remnant that's still here of Judah, shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward, my knock. Judah takes root like Judah is the root and bears fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant. How many times have I got to repeat that the remnant is here forever? Don't let no hijack tell you you've been washed out, man. That is hijack city. That comes from their hijack heartbone, their covetous nature. And out of Mount Zion they shall escape. They that shall escape, the zeal of HaWah of hosts shall perform this. Therefore thus says HaWah concerning the king of Assyria, he shall not come into the city, nor shoot an arrow there, neither shall he come before it with shield, nor cast a mount against it. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and he shall not come into the city, says HaWah, for I will defend the city to save it, for mine own sake, and for my servant David's sake. We just got Hosea 3. We just got Hosea 3. That you're going to wake up, that you're going to return and seek HaWah and David. Because it's for David's sake, my naga, that HaWah is defending the city and defending you. Let's go. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince who stands for the children of the people. What people? The remnant. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was seen, was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time your people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in this book. What people? The remnant. Let's go. Amos chapter 5, verse 3, for thus says HaWah, the city that went forth 1,000 shall have 100 left, and that which went forth 100 shall have 10 left of the house of Israel. Seems to be 10% to me that remnant is still left. Of the Gentile? Nah, of the house of Israel that remains forever. Jeremiah 31, verse 7. For thus says HaWah, sing with gladness for Jacob. For the Gentile? No, my naga, for Jacob. This entire Bible is about the house of Jacob being redeemed. It's not about the Gentile. You're happy to cleave. You're happy to be servants. And if that's not good for you, you know where you can go, right? For thus says HaWah, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout at the head of the nations. Announce you, praise you, and stay, and say, O HaWah, save your people, the remnant of Israel. Save the Gentile. No. Save your people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, gather them from the utmost parts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the women with child, and her that travails with child, together a great company shall return here. Who returns? Your people, the remnant of Israel. Micah chapter 5, verse 6, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people. Huh? The remnant remains in the midst of many people. And as dew from HaWah, as showers upon the grass that are not looked for from man, nor awaited at the hands of the sons of men. No one's checking for us. Verse 7, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the nations in the midst of many people, as a lion amongst the beasts of the forest, and a young lion amongst the flocks of the sheep, who, if he go through, treads down and tears into pieces, and there is none to deliver. Let your hand be lifted above your adversaries, and let all your enemies be cut off, especially those that think we don't exist no more. And it shall come to pass in that day, says HaWah, that I will cut off your horses out of the midst of thee, and will destroy your chariots, hijack city, because the remnant of Jacob shall be amongst the nations to this day, as a lion amongst the beasts of the forest. Just like Genesis chapter 9, Judah is described as a lion, as an old lion. Who will rouse him up? As an old lion, my nugget. Who will rouse you up? You remain to this day. You are the remnant. Ezekiel 37, Valley of the Dry Bones. He is prophesying to put the breath, oh breath, breathe upon these slain that they may live. Yeah, these bones came back together, right? Who were the bones for Joseph? Yeah, for Judah. Even with the stick of Judah, my naga, this is a family affair. And they neither shall be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. They will be one tribe. The Gentile? Nah, it's a family coming back together. That's the story of the scripture. That's the story of HaWah and his children forever. Micah chapter 7 for the dismount, verse 18. Who is HaWah like unto you? Who is a power like unto you that pardons the iniquity, passes by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? We don't got no more heritage. We are the remnant. He retains not his anger forever, because he delights in mercy, and he will again have compassion on us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all our sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt show faithfulness to Jacob, mercy to Abraham, and thou hast sworn, as thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. The fathers have a seed. The faithfulness belongs to Jacob. HaWah has pardoned our transgressions and has passed by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage. Halal HaWah, because you only have I known of all the families of the earth. All praise HaWah that we continue. We keep the water flowing. We keep the fire burning. And we keep the coal. Shalawam to